skip over them.
I know it.
Introduce our subjects.
Oh, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Well, sir, I mean, don't talk to the press and then talk to us afterwards. We'll be grateful. All in front of us, Well, Lord Montgomery, you said in Moscow yesterday that you now have a better idea of Soviet aims. Now, what in fact are those aims?
Well, let me answer the question in my own way. I have been involved in this East-West conflict for some time as a member of the Western Alliance, and I know all about that side of the matter. I didn't know what was the thinking of the Eastern Bloc on these matters, and I thought I'd like to find out. So I decided that I would go to Moscow, privately, sent by nobody, fix the whole thing myself. But I would like to go to Moscow, make contact with the Soviet leader, Mr. Kruschev, have a talk with him, find out their thinking on this matter for my own purposes, and then come back, which I did. I went to Moscow via Paris. I went in the Russian Tu-104, in a nice airplane. I had two very long, most interesting talks with Mr. Khrushchev. I then did a lot of thinking, and I came back. Do you think the whole thing is a private affair, and what I learnt is my private business?
Do you think, as a result of the thought you've devoted after your meetings, that the Russians really want a summit meeting and that they would be prepared to make concessions at a summit meeting?
Well, I don't know about that. I should say that they would be quite want a summit meeting. I should have thought so. We didn't discuss it.
Did you discuss Berlin? Would they be reasonable about Berlin?
Well, what took place between me and Mr. Khrushchev is my own private affair.
What do you think are the prospects of a successful summit meeting?
Well, I don't really know, and I'm not a politician.
Are you going to report, sir, on your meeting with Mr. Khrushchev to anybody, to the Prime Minister, to the government?
No.
If they ask you, will you discuss it?
Oh, if you ask me.
But you have this message, sir, from Mr. Khrushchev.
Yeah?
When are you going to deliver it to Mr. Macmillan?
Well, that's my business.
What are you going to do with the things that you've learned, sir, on this trip?
They're my business.
At least, do you think it's done any harm to Anglo-American relations?
Well, I don't, of course. What has happened in the press since I've been away is unknown to me. I have heard rumours that the Edinburgh programme was put over in the States and put over here last night. I've not seen it. But I'd like to tell you the background to it. Some time ago, Edinburgh asked me in New York if he could do a television recording program with me. And I said yes, I didn't have an objection. And so he came over here in March, end of March, and stayed with me in my home in Hampshire for 3 days. Now, during those 3 days, two days were spent in making this television recording. And what happened was that we talked to each other, and there was a third one there, Charles Collingwood of the Columbia Broadcast System. We just talked, like we're talking now, for 2 days on all sorts of subjects. And we had tremendous fun. A good deal of it was rather joking, and I said various things, of course, you always do when you talk like that. Then he went away with about 8 hours of television material. And then now that, you see, was part of the fun, really. It was a joke. I'll tell you how that arose. I was explaining to him the great suspicion in continental Europe of the British and of the Americans about their willingness to fight in Europe if a war should come. He was rather astonished, because having lived there myself for 10 years, I knew very well. And I told him why it was that the British were considered with great suspicion about their fighting in Europe. And I explained why. I told him.
Based on what? Field Marshal?
The British?
Not the suspicion and the American lead.
Had in Europe early in a war. And I said laughingly, I shoot myself. They're quite certain about it. It was a joke.
You know, Field Marshal, there seems to be a lot of resentment in the United States about your remarks about the health of the American leaders. Now, do you feel, in fact, that the American leaders aren't well enough to do the job?
No, let me, I'd like to say something about that.
Thank you.
I did hear some rumors in Moscow. I think some member of the press told me. Now, what I would like to say is this, that in the course of conversation we discuss various people. And I do understand that certain things I said, I would like to apologize unreservedly for that. And so I hope they'll now forgive me. Now, you gentlemen in the press have very great power, and I'd like to, I do hope you'll put that over. Put it over that I apologize unreservedly for anything I've said about the American leadership.
Lord Montgomery, some of us from American...
Those wars could have been prevented if the political leaders of those days had done their stuff better. It could have been prevented. And I don't want it all to happen again. Nor do you, I hope.
Certainly don't. So what do you think the element of risk is? Can you assess it for us?
No, I can't. Not here. No, I mean, you know that much better than I do. You chaps know everything. You know everything, don't you?
Only what you tell us.
No, you write about everything. I mean, you...
If you see Mr. Macmillan, sir, will you give him any explanation of the American...
Morning. Extremely nice. Very good picture here of myself and the Kruschev and the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Soviet Union.
I was given to you by Mr. Kruschev this morning, wasn't it?
He gave it to me as I left here. That's why I got to carry about it.
What are some of the other pictures in it?
Same pictures of there we are. Here I am sitting in the Kremlin facing the Russian...
Oh, we'll turn it around and show it. If you wouldn't mind. That's it. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Sitting in the Kremlin.
Are there any autographs on it, sir?
Autographs? Which they understood. Well, I've never seen either team play. The thing that upsets me, of course, is that my own team, of which I'm president, has descended to the second division. That's very upsetting. We'll come back again. We'll be back. No, certainly not. Portsmouth. Southampton are in there already, no?
Can I ask a domestic question? You were talking about a lack of discipline here before.
Many of the American leaders, the three top ones, Mr. Eisenhower, Mr. Dulles and Mr. Herter, were sick, were unwell. Do you stand by those remarks?
Well, I think that the proper answer to that is that I must myself see exactly what I did say before I could say whether I stand by anything or don't stand by it. Because, you see, this television interview was spread over 2 days. I really can't remember what I said during that time. But what I would like to say is this, that if anything I said has caused an ill feeling or resentment on the other side of the Atlantic, I would like to apologize for it unreservedly and most sincerely, because the last thing I want to do is to upset any of my friends over there. And if anything I did say in the television interview has upset them, I'm deeply sorry, and I apologize unreservedly and will take it all back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
May
very
we
much.
let Montgomery